we've got quite a few very cool projects coming out in the next future. We're expanding into the international market. We've come up with some really good ideas for our international clients to be able to actually build their own arenas, and we go and do the rest of it for them, the theming and everything. That way they can save a lot of money on shipping.
Right.
So we've developed that over the last couple of months. We're expanding our video immersion system with a new part, so we're really starting to get that to add more components to the arena that are video oriented, that gives more interaction and more immersion, that goes along with all of our lighting that we already do.
How's your cost structure to compared to the competition?
We're quite a bit more affordable than the rest of them.
And where do you save? How do they save the money? You ship them the parts. It's easier to build on site.
No, actually, we build the whole location on site. So we don't have the overhead that they do. So one, you don't end up with a cookie cutter looking arena. All those guys out there do great theming. They're immaculate with their theming, but we start with the core of the arena by making sure that the arena itself is designed and the layout is based on what equipment you're using, so that the playability is maximized. And then we add the theming to that. We want it to be durable, safe, and playable, and then the theming comes last. So we actually then build the arena on site, so that way you don't have to pay for all the overhead that we would have, and we end up with a much sturdier product, and then we can actually tailor it as we're there to the client more, because they get a lot of say on how we actually paint it.
What are the most common size arenas you're doing now? Of course, multi-level. Is it closer to 4,000 square feet? Is it getting bigger?
Well, we're very diligent about making sure that what they're putting in is a feasible product for their area. We're not about selling them more and bigger and bigger and bigger. We want the actual project to be something that they can get their return on investment at a good point, and they're not feeling cramped. They want to make sure that it fits the demographics, but we also don't want them to have an arena that feels like they don't have enough people to play in it.
Right.
So we're seeing 2,400 square feet is probably our minimum, and then we've been doing
the base footprint plus the mezzanine plus the second level.
No, that's total.
That's total. That's pretty small.
2,400 square feet usually does not even have a second floor. It usually has platforms just to maximize, so we get elevation. But we're doing quite a few projects that are in the 5,000 and 6,000 square foot. We actually have a project coming up this summer that's a 9,000 square foot arena.
Wow, that's almost the biggest I've heard of. Yeah. That's terrific, and you support every laser tag manufacturer that there is, right?
Yes,
on the planet.
We've actually worked diligently with all the manufacturers so that our immersive environment stuff will actually connect with their software to make it maximize so that they can get the best out of what they're paying for.